In this video, I'm going to share with you guys how I landed my first agency client, how long it took me to land this client, and lessons I've learned from signing this client so you can apply it to your life or business. So if you have watched my past videos, you will see where I talked about sending a lot of cold ADMs and cold emails, but seeing no results, but then moved into LinkedIn, and where I started seeing momentum, I started seeing results pile up. So if you are interested in watching that video, I think you can go to my first 3 videos or check somewhere around here. I'm just going to drop it so you can watch content on it. So this particular client, I have been following up with him. I think we started a conversation like 2 months ago. So I got into his DM. I was interested in learning about what he's building because he's a coach with over 39 years of experience. So I was interested in learning about what he's doing. I didn't pitch him anything. I didn't send an offer. I just reached out to him, asked him a couple of questions about his business, where he's currently at, and invited him to a networking and discovery call. So the purpose of that call was not to sell him anything. It was just for us to network with each other, bounce ideas with each other, probably learn one or two from our businesses. So what he has experienced in the industry, what I've experienced, and we can then share value. So on the call, I was talking to him and I was using a particular framework I use on Discovery Call. Probably I'll share it one day. I was using that framework and I was learning more about his business. So the goal of the call was not to sell him, like I said, it was just to learn. So I was listening to what he was saying. I was paying attention. One thing that gave me high advantage was that I researched about him before getting on the call. So he didn't really say much. So when I got on the call, I was telling him certain things I've learned about his business, and I was confirming with him if it was true. So that I'm not saying I researched this about your business and I know this is what you do. I would say it, then I'll confirm if it was true. And fortunately enough, I was right most of the time. So he naturally felt kind of at peace because he knew that I did the homework. So when we're talking back and forth, we're just having a conversation. I was able to find out exactly what his problem was and the problem he has been facing. So he has been a coach for 39 years, but he told me specifically that having all this experience is good, but when there's no right lead coming in, it can be very frustrating. And he was skeptical about hiring someone else to get the leads. He was thinking, I understand it's possible to get leads online, but I'm skeptical who I work with these days because a lot of agency owners and business owners have reached out to me in the DMs. I've gotten on a call with them, but all of them promised me 10 leads a month, 10K per month, but none of them delivered on their promise. So that was really deep. And I was relating to the problem he was facing. I told him I totally understand. After waiting for a while, I suggested an offer. Now, hear this, I did not tell him my offer, or I did not press my offer on him. I suggested it. What the difference is, if you press your offer on him, that is telling him this is exactly what I do and I can help you do this too. You are sound like everyone else. Suggestion is this is exactly what I do. Would you be open to me sharing more information? So because it was a networking call, a discovery call, he wasn't coming to the call to be pitched. He was coming to the call to share ideas. So because I positioned the call in that way, I had to suggest the offer that way. And guess what happened? It worked. So the offer I suggested to him was that my mentor had a marketing agency that they have had over 1,000 plus testimonials. So I told him that this person, I trust him a lot. And the reason why he decided for me to connect him with the person was because one, he kind of trusted me because he felt I understood his pain so much. Because I researched on him, I related with the pain. So he said, no problem. I connected him to my mentor's team. And between the time I had a conversation with him and the time he got on the call with them, he started working on the project. So when they had a call with him, they said he told them that he was working on a project he couldn't really commit. He loved what they do, but he couldn't really commit at the time. So I decided to follow up. So a week later, he got on another call with the team, but he started working on another mastermind that he may not be able to commit again for a long time. So we decided to let him be for a while. So for almost a month, I didn't follow up. Then I reached out to him again, asking him the mastermind you are working on, how is it? Is it getting the results you are looking for? And he said, yeah, he's getting some traction. And he even invited me to a call this time. So I didn't schedule the call. He scheduled a call this time. And we had a casual conversation. And he said, the mastermind is going well, but then he's not seeing that much results. So I offered him to bring in the leads with no payment upfront is going to be pure performance based. And the reason I had enough courage to do this was I had a conversation with a 7-figure business owner, and he told me that the best way to learn in business is by offering the service yourself. The highest thing that can happen is that you will fail, your head won't be cut off. So I decided to agree with him, and it worked. It literally worked. He decided to work with me. He told me, fine. I created the entire working agreement. We signed everything, and then he became business partners. So the lesson I've learned from signing this client is, number one, researching your clients before, or researching the lead before getting on the call with them is very important. It makes them, or gives them, this impression that you know exactly what you're doing and you are serious. You take your business seriously. When I researched this business owner, he didn't talk much because I knew a lot of things already. So researching is very important. Another thing is understand your problem more than they can explain it. So when he was telling me about how burnt out he was by agency owners and business owners, I was able to articulate the pain properly, and that made him feel so much at peace that someone finally understands him. So understanding the pain of your prospect is very important. Caring about them a lot, asking a lot of questions that has to do with them, makes them trust you even more, because people love talking about themselves. So understanding their brain better than they can is very important. The third thing I learned is suggesting your offer is better than pressing it on them, because suggestion makes them feel that they are making the decision themselves. So if you have an offer, so you have the lead come on the call and you suggest the offer, this is exactly what we do. Would you be open to us sharing more information? What it makes them do is that, fine, sure, definitely will say yes. But it's just the way you say it. Because you suggested it, they feel like they are the ones making the decision and you are not pressing anything on them. So because of that reason, their sales guard will go down. The fourth thing, I think it's the fourth now, is follow up is key. The truth is, when I was dealing with these clients, I wanted to give up because it was a bit kind of stress, but I decided to keep following up. But another thing, how you follow up is very important, because I did follow up offering him more guarantees, sound like everyone else. I followed up to understand if the problem he was facing was actually lifted. So when I followed up with him, I asked him, did the mastermind get the result you want? Are you getting clients now? Are the results improved? I did not offer him, I'm going to make sure that the price is cut in half, or offering him any guarantees. I was really, really concerned on if the problem was solved. And that was why he decided to trust me to get on another call with me. So those are the lessons I've learned on signing this first client. On this channel, I'm going to be documenting everything in the process, from how I'm serving this client to how I get the second, the third one. If you want to see through the journey, I really appreciate that. And if you got one or two value from this, I would love to know what you learned in the comments. And I'll see you all another time.